Hello and welcome. If you're working in a museum, a library, or an archive, you know you're on the front lines of a pretty massive technological shift. So today, we're going to demystify artificial intelligence and turn all this cutting-edge tech into a practical and hopefully encouraging roadmap just for you. All right, let's just dive right into the big question, the one that's on everyone's mind. When a machine can whip up a symphony or a masterpiece painting in just a few seconds, well, it really forces us to stop and think about our own jobs, doesn't it? What's our role when the act of creation isn't just a human thing anymore? You know, the futurist Taryn Southern talks about these very specific, kind of hair-raising moments where the future just suddenly feels like it's right here, right now. We're not just talking about little chatbot assistants. This is about language, movement, and robotics all fusing together. And that signals a huge shift in what's even possible. And that has led us to this really fascinating situation, this creative paradox. I mean, for years, the dream was that technology would finally take care of all the boring stuff. You know, the laundry, the dishes, so we could be free to do the important work, to make art and culture. But instead, AI got really good at writing poetry before it could even fold a t-shirt. The good news is, with household robotics getting better, we might finally get that time back we've always been hoping for. So if we agree that AI is a tool, then how do you actually use it? The goal here isn't replacement, it's all about augmentation. Think of AI as this powerful new addition to your creative toolkit, one that can help you in 3 really distinct ways. Okay, this framework is super helpful for breaking it down. First, AI can act as a substitute. Basically, it fills in a skill gap you don't have time to learn. Second, it can amplify your own talents, just accelerating what you already do really well. And third, it can be a combinator, helping you merge totally different fields together. Let's see what that actually looks like. First up, substitute. This is all about getting instant access to a skill that might otherwise take years to develop. So imagine you're an archivist with a collection of old, fragile oral history tapes. Instead of hiring a specialist sound engineer, you could use an AI tool to clean up and auto-master that audio. Suddenly, it's crystal clear and accessible to a whole new generation. It just fills the gap. Next is amplify. This is where you take your core strength and you just turn the volume up to 11. If you're a curator, your gift is storytelling, right? So imagine using AI as a brainstorming partner. You could generate 10, 20 different exhibit themes in minutes, helping you find surprising new connections within your very own collection that you might have missed before. And combinator, this is where things get truly transformative. This is about blending disciplines to create something totally new. A small archival team, for instance, could generate an original musical score and pair it with a VR walkthrough of their space. That's a huge, complex project that used to require a massive studio and a giant budget, and now it's within reach. Now, I know what you might be thinking. With AI making it so cheap and easy to create content, text, images, music, you name it, it's easy to worry that our own skills are becoming obsolete. But actually, the exact opposite is true. One uniquely human skill becomes the single most valuable asset we have. Think about it. In a world that is just flooded with AI-generated stuff, the truly human ability to select, to give context, and to build trust, that becomes everything. Your expertise, your unique perspective, your taste, that is the rare resource that people are going to be searching for. Curation isn't just a task anymore, it's your most powerful advantage. Okay, so let's get really practical. Let's move from all this theory to a concrete roadmap and see how this actually builds into your day-to-day work, whether you're in a museum, a library, or an archive. This chart lays it out perfectly. Look at exhibit design. You can use AI to substitute by auto-generating first drafts of object captions. Or in archival work, you can amplify your efforts by having it summarize incredibly long documents. And for marketing, you can combine fields by using AI to compose a unique score for a promo video. You see, in every single case, it's not about replacing you, it's about equipping you. So to really lead in this new era, it's not just about using the tools, it's about understanding the systems that power them. That means developing a couple of new literacies. First, algorithmic literacy. All that means is understanding how platforms like YouTube or Google decide what your audience gets to see. Knowing that is key to reaching them. And second, looking a little farther ahead is neurotech literacy. This is about getting a handle on the ethics and the possibilities of brain-computer interfaces, which are going to be crucial for accessibility and programming in the future. And speaking of neurotech, I want to be clear, this isn't science fiction. It is already here, it is already changing lives, and it has profound implications for creativity, for agency, and for accessibility. All things that are at the very core of what cultural institutions do. The next giant leap we're about to see isn't just about smarter algorithms. It's about creating a direct line between human thought and digital action. These are called brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. Taryn Southern, who we heard from earlier, said she's been having those this changes everything moments with this tech for years, long before most of us had even heard of ChatGPT. And this is not a what if, this is a list of what patients with paralysis are doing right now today. By just imagining a movement, their brain signals are turned into actions on a screen or in the real world. They're communicating, they're creating art, they're feeding themselves. They are regaining parts of their lives that were thought to be lost forever. And this story just brings it all home. Think about Casey. A BCI doesn't just give him back the ability to type. It gives him back his job, his ability to collaborate, to be part of a team, and to contribute to a cause he believes in. This technology restores not just function, but purpose, agency. At the end of the day, all of these incredibly powerful tools, from generative AI all the way to neurotech, they present us with a fundamental choice, a choice about the kind of future we want to build in our communities and, yes, in our cultural institutions. On the one hand, we could drift toward a future of, well, frictionless isolation, one where everyone lives in their own hyper-personalized bubble, entertained by AI companions. Or we can make a conscious choice to use these exact same tools to deepen what lies at the very heart of your work, fostering shared cultural experiences, embracing messy, beautiful human collaboration, and telling authentic stories. So the real takeaway here is this. The tools are changing at a dizzying speed. There's no doubt about that. But your mission, to preserve, to interpret, and to share human stories, is more vital and more critical than it has ever been. The technology is just the means. The choice of what story to tell and why that story matters, that remains profoundly and beautifully human.
xarena.tv, your own virtual studio.